Hello again, I am Blunty. I have a Nintendo Switch pre-ordered. I have had it pre-ordered since about this time last month when Nintendo had their big reveal event stream thing. Yesterday, I got an email from EB Games Australia, the retailer I pre-ordered through. The email came with a dramatic and dire warning about important information about my pre-order. A headline that would, of course, be sure to make every recipient instantly flip to mild panic mode, as your first assumption is, of course, given Nintendo's long history of delivering insufficient stock volume to cover launch demands, is crap. Aw man, had my pre-order been auto-cancelled, or has my pre-order been forced to slip to second shipment because they're not getting enough in, as indeed has happened before, and not just with Nintendo stuff, but it happened a lot with PlayStation's poorly handled launch for the PSVR, which is still sitting on store shelves with pre-order now for the next shipment labels everywhere. And I don't think they're selling that many of them. Next in the email came an image of what has sold out so far, complete with danger zone red graphs and everything. The Nintendo Switch Neon variant, sold out. Any new orders will be for the second shipment. The limited edition Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, sold out. Although we knew this already, it's been sold out for a little while now. This always was a very limited stock kind of deal. That's why the word limited is in the name of the thing. Super Bomberman, bewilderingly, is almost sold out. Either that's way more popular than I expected, or there's just not very much stock at all. And the basic carry case and screen protector kit, similarly reaching the limits of what EB Games will have on launch day. Not too surprising, it is a hybrid portable system, people are going to want to protect it in portable mode. Though with this item, I'm sure EB Games will have third-party alternatives by the truckload. Gotta make sure you sell those nice little add-on accessory items, EB register slaves. And finally, an image of the other launch stuff that is quote-unquote selling fast. Also, I think I saw somewhere yesterday a headline that was about certain retailers in the USA who had already pre-sold out of the Pro controllers. I wonder if that will happen here in Aussie land. I certainly want a Pro controller, but I don't think I'll need it at launch. I want to give the Joy-Cons in their comfort grip a fair go first. But if it's selling out, and indeed if it sells out, how long will I have to wait until I can get one, if and when I want one? Maybe I should just pre-order one right now and save myself the possibility of disappointment of having to miss out or wait. And BAM! There it is, folks. That right there, that's what they call FOMO. F-O-M-O, what the marketing guys call fear of missing out. It's something stores and brands alike have been aggressively leveraging for quite some time now, especially in the video games industry with pre-order bonuses and limited editions and all that crap. And perhaps none more so than Nintendo in particular. They have, especially lately, been well known to short stock in order to drive FOMO, which leads to a perception in the marketplace of very high consumer demand. I mean, they're selling it everywhere. Everybody must want one. I must need one. FOMO makes people think they should snatch crap up before they miss out or have to wait, even if they weren't planning on snatching one up quite so soon or at all. FOMO is insidious. Nintendo have done this over and over and over and over again, most recently with stuff like the desirable Amiibos, the Pokemon Go Plus accessory, and of course the NES Mini. And there's no way a company as old as Nintendo, over 100 years old by the way, there's no way they are this inept at predicting consumer demand and getting shit manufactured in sufficient quantities. This is not, oh boy, this is more popular than we expected. This is, let's drive FOMO by not delivering enough stock. It's simple as that. The tactic is a bit sleazy, but it works. Oh my god, how it works. People always fall for it. Even myself sometimes. I'm not holding myself above the crowd on this one. Even when I see it is a manufactured FOMO trigger, even when I'm well aware of exactly what they're doing, it's still something I tend to fall for sometimes. It is buried so deep in human nature and our instincts. Better grab all that ripe fruit off the tree before the birds get it, and throw rocks and scream aggressively at any other ape tribe that comes too close. None for you! These are my fucking date fruits! Ook, ook. Anyway, the last part of the email insisted that I should speak to my store as quickly as possible so I can assure them that in pre-ordering a Nintendo Switch, my intent is actually to pick up a Nintendo Switch. You know, just so they know that I'm not wasting their fucking time by placing a $50 deposit on a pre-order. Again, it's all just FOMO triggers. And also partly so they can let people know if they don't pick up their goddamn pre-orders pretty much right away in the first weekend of launch, then fuck you, they're going to give your pre-order to someone else who is there on time and make you wait till next shipment. That's a bit shitty. But then again, maybe it's fair enough. Demand is high, and of course, as a business, they'd rather push as much stock through the cash register on that first weekend as possible. They're going to have extra expenses anyway. They're going to have all that extra staff on to go cope with the demand and people flooding into store and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it looks good on a report that the grey suits can point to and say, hey look, we sold X 100,000 bazillion Switch on the first weekend. Aren't we fantastic? Anyway, instead of calling them, I went into my store this morning. I was going to be passing by anyway, so no worries. They didn't check my pre-order numbers. They didn't even look up my pre-order on the computer by name or anything. All the pleasant girl behind the counter said to me was, oh yeah, so about that email, so long as you pick it up before the weekend is out, you'll be fine. If not, she continued, you'll have to wait for the next shipment in April. April? The Switch launches on May 3rd, of course, so that means Nintendo can't, or won't, be shipping more stock into stores until a full month, at the minimum, after launch day. Sold out for a month. So, manufactured or not, that FOMO is going to be working hard for Nintendo and EB Games on this first launch weekend of March. So opening the floor to you guys now, how many of you have pre-ordered? Which one did you pre-order? Personally, I went with the grey one, because while in person those neon Joy-Cons do look better than they do in the pictures, they look a little bit more subtle and not so ridiculous, I still don't like that it's misbalanced. It's asymmetrical, blue on one side, red on the other. I can't deal with that. How about accessories? Did you pre-order accessories with it? I may have done, except for the fact that I am getting a few accessories sent to me for review, so I'm going to see what arrives, on my desk from various brands and PR companies and stuff before I go out and buy anything that I still need, or indeed want. Did you add a game or two to your pre-order? I have pre-ordered the regular standard edition of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I did think about getting the special edition briefly, but frankly, every special edition I've ever bought, I don't even know where the bonuses and stuff that came with them are anymore. I don't collect that stuff anymore. It's just garbage that collects up around the place and makes a clutter, and I just get the standard edition. But I think perhaps the most important question about all this is, do I have the strength of will to resist adding a Pro Controller to my pre-order? Or will I succumb to the slightly pathetic urge to snatch one up as quickly as possible, even though I know I want to give the Joy-Cons in their comfort grip a fair go first, and I probably will be less likely to do that for the Pro Controllers just sitting there saying, use me instead, I'm a traditional-looking controller, surely I'll be more comfortable, don't use the Joy-Cons, use me, use me, use me, I have a proper D-pad, hooray! Must resist FOMO. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.